The road to recovery usually isn't linear. It's learning what works at one stage and incrementally taking the next step in your recovery. Keeping a positive mindset and saying to yourself, I can heal, helps to rewire the brain or neuroplasticity. It's only looking backwards that this will all make sense, and you see a greater purpose in each of those steps, in what you learned along the way and how you can use the wisdom you gained to live the greater version of yourself and share your gifts. Welcome to the Health Conscious Living Podcast. Welcome to the Health Conscious Living Podcast. I'm Dr. Gail Myers. Today's episode is Healing Happens in Chapters, tapping into your wellspring of resilience. At different times in our lives, we're challenged with sudden events, life changes, trauma, an accident, serious illness, loss of a loved one, loss of a relationship, or a job or business, or a pandemic. We're thrown out of life as we've known it and catapulted onto a new landscape that is unfamiliar and uncertain. It usually is frightening and challenges us and our ability to survive and tap into our inherent resilience, giving us the opportunity to grow beyond the confines of where we were before the trauma. The first thing we do in the moment we realize we've survived is we go into that new landscape and take the next step to stay alive in the moment and begin to tap into our resilience, our ability to adjust, to change, to overcome challenges, recover, and emerge stronger. As humans, we're designed to survive. It's in our DNA. In recent times, we've all faced this constant barrage of trauma, change, and uncertainty in a multitude of ways. And if you're listening to this, take a moment and appreciate that you are here because you're so capable and resilient. We do survive, but we can be traumatized physically, mentally, and emotionally. The body holds the memory physically, just as we hold memories mentally and emotionally. As a healthcare provider, I was trained to override what was happening in the moment to care for patients and then deal with the emotional effects later. But there wasn't a lot of training for that part, just to keep going to the next patient, to what needed attention next, and deal with it later. But later has a tendency to build up to overload, which can lead to burnout and illness. Whether you're a healthcare provider, a first responder, a parent, or a witness in an accident, or caring for someone who is sick, the first thing you do is go into action to save lives. Do what is necessary in the moment to keep everyone safe and alive. Once the initial trauma has happened and we have survived, the healing begins. The healing journey has its own timeline that can't be rushed, and it's important to give yourself the space and time you need that is unique for you. Healing happens in chapters, one leading to the next. Chapters can't be skipped, and at the end of the journey, looking back, each chapter will make sense. Chapter 1, surviving. Surviving the trauma, the diagnosis, the loss, you make it through that moment, that initial part. You begin to cope as best you can. You have to take care of where you are in that moment, and you do what you have to in the condition you're in to stabilize and know that you are safe. You're faced with lots of decisions, and choices that you make will change the outcome of your healing journey and life. When you tap into spirit within, your inner wisdom, that wise part of you, you tap into your wholeness. Spirit is whole, undivided. When you say hello to spirit within, you access your wholeness that begins to guide you toward healing and restoration physically, mentally, and emotionally. And in chapter 1, as you begin to heal, this is the time to be gentle and loving with yourself or your loved one starting the healing journey. This is the time to have compassion, especially for yourself, which begins to create a safe space and let your body know that you're in this together. It's from love we heal. There's no greater power than love. Love understands, love nurtures, love is compassionate, kind, encouraging, and uplifting. The body responds to love, especially from you. Think of a time when you were thirsty and drank that refreshing glass of water, or were really exhausted and slept deeply, waking up rested and energized, or when you were sick as a child and your loving parent sat by your bed and gave you chicken soup to help you heal that cold. Because we're designed to be healthy and our inherent instinct is to survive, the body goes into immediate action to heal on a cellular level. The body sends healthy cells to the injury sites to rebalance and restore homeostasis. It's the inflammatory phase where you're likely to have pain, bruising, swelling. Then the body proceeds to repair, the reparative phase. Then it remodels and heals through the maturation phase where your wounds close and the body completes its process of wound healing so the tissue can resume its function as best it can. These stages of wound healing have their own timeline. Depending on the severity of the injury, the trauma, your age, health, condition, and lifestyle health habits before the injury, illness, trauma, or surgery. The body has its own needs that, when honored, expedites the healing process. In that initial phase, for me, after the accident, I refer to the obsidian tunnel. I was home and had no idea how to cope. I had to tap into my inner wisdom and access resilience. What I began to do was place my hands on my heart and say, I love you, body. What do you need right now? Then listen to the answer and follow through with what my body needed. This was a big sea change since I had learned to override my body's needs during my medical training. When you gently ask your body what it needs, the body responds usually in one-word answers: rest, sleep, quiet, sunlight, water, gentle movement, the touch of a loved one. I discovered when I immediately gave my body what it needed, it began to trust me and respond in less pain, more energy, more faith that we were a team. When you respond to your body's needs as best you can in the moment, the body begins to trust you. Sometimes it's not possible to immediately give your body what it needs because you're driving or you're in the middle of a meeting or an appointment and you can't drop what you're doing. Tell your body as soon as you can, you'll give it what it needs. The trust deepens as your body knows you will take care of it and it can heal. It was in chapter 1 of my healing journey, I realized the grounding tool I spoke about in a previous episode was essential for me to stay present and keep shifting the energy I was releasing from the trauma. The more I imaged the grounding tool, I began to transmute the energy of the trauma itself, the fear, the pain, the physical pain of overwhelm, uncertainty, and unknown. Then the golden sun tool to replenish with the qualities of energy I needed in that moment, such as love and self-love, healing, calm, clarity, nurturing, and wellness. The gentler I moved through phase 1, the easier it was to establish the healing relationship with my body, and I began to progress in my healing journey. If you find yourself in phase 1, whether from an injury, trauma, illness, or supporting a loved one, by tapping into your inner wisdom, your wholeness, and communicating in love to your body, giving it what it needs to heal in this moment, notice what begins to change. Mentally giving yourself reassurance that you're healing helps shift your mindset toward a better outcome. Being in the moment, staying present to what brings you calm and not dwelling on what has passed helps you to move toward your next step in problem solving. Emotionally, being aware of what is a natural response to the shock of what you're going through and comforting yourself, a new relationship starts to emerge. As you give yourself what you need physically, mentally, emotionally, as you heal through this first part, you get stronger each day and better incrementally. This is a very important time to not go into the shoulda, woulda, coulda hamster wheel, trying to second guess what you should or could have done differently. Ties up your mental and emotional bandwidth. While I was still in the emergency room, I spoke with my husband about the what if. What if I had run that errand sooner? I would have been driving at a different time of day, not when I was on the highway at the time the accident occurred. As a decorated Vietnam veteran and wise man, my husband looked at me, shaking his head, and said, "Don't go there." Every time I approached a shoulda, coulda, woulda thought, I'd stop myself and focus on what I needed to do and what I could do in the moment that was healing. It was in chapter 1 of my healing journey that I began to stay focused on the path before me. I knew if I was going to heal, I had to focus on the road ahead, not drive down the road looking in the rear view mirror. If you're in chapter 1 of your healing journey, know shoulda, coulda, woulda are not lanes you want to be in. Stay focused on the road ahead and on your next step of your healing journey and progress in your recovery. If you've passed phase 1, you can still apply these tools and tap into your inner wisdom for guidance as you need it today. Maybe there's a problem you're trying to solve or a new change you're making in your life. Focus on what you can do right now in this moment. Notice what you need physically, mentally, emotionally to take your next step toward a positive outcome. Chapter 2, letting go of the past and being present in the moment. Forgiveness. Most people try to rush through this phase as fast as possible. They're in the healing process and just want it to be over. They want to go back to where they were before the accident, trauma, event, or loss, back to what is familiar. But you can't go back because now you're in this moment and you're different than you were before the trauma. If you try to hold on to where you were before the trauma, you can't get to where you're going. Remember, you were catapulted into a transformational process. As you tap into your inner light, your inner wisdom, your resilience, your ability to cope and overcome, you emerge stronger. As Albert Einstein said, no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. You have to have a higher, greater perspective to see the solution. Remember that there's no greater power than love. And one aspect of love is forgiveness. Forgiveness is letting go, releasing, to give you a new lease on life. It's in letting go that you are healed. Forgiving is releasing. By becoming aware, forgiving, you heal. When you forgive, you give yourself permission to transmute the hurt and pain and make peace within yourself. It doesn't condone what happened. Instead, it frees you to be present to yourself in your wholeness. Forgiveness frees you to move on. Forgiveness is letting go and releasing what has already happened or decisions that you made in the past. We can't change what happened to us, but we can change our relationship to it. Others remain accountable. When you forgive and give yourself the space and the freedom to move forward and focus on your healing and well-being, holding on to the past, especially holding on to grudges, weighs you down. Like carrying rocks in your backpack, it gets harder to take those steps forward, being weighed down by the past. By letting go, dropping each of those rocks, sometimes boulders, you transmute the past and you lighten your load. Better yet, drop the entire pack. Not being weighed down by the past, you give yourself more space and time to move on and heal. It's easier to heal releasing the past and stepping into present time. In the episode on spiritual health, I talked about how we hold memories as mental image pictures, which are re-stimulated by what is happening in present time that reminds us of those memories. This is another place the grounding tool and releasing are very effective. By seeing the memory or even a part of it as energy in a colored ball of light and releasing it down the grounding cord, it is transmuted and changes form. Others get their energy back as a healing, and you get your creative energy back to create something new. By transmuting the memory, you change the frequency, so your relationship to it changes. You have more neutrality. Since we can't change the past because it's already happened, we can forgive, release, drop it, transmute the memory, and be more neutral. Neutrality frees us to have a new perspective that is not influenced by the past, but a perspective filled with possibilities, next steps, and even deeper healing. We can reset with the Golden Sun tool and reset with the energy qualities of wellness and well-being, like love, self-love, peace, joy, wisdom, all support healing, recovery, and wellness. In this phase of the healing journey, your body responds on a cellular level to your outlook and mindset. For 9 months after the accident, I had a bruise in my left groin where the seat belt and shoulder harness held me in place during the 105-mile-an-hour collision. I had a nerve injury down my left leg. I was a year and a half into my 5-year healing journey during a physical therapy session when my therapist asked me, "What did you just do? Your left hip just released." I responded, "I released the picture of the moment of the impact." Being familiar with the intuitive meditation tools, she understood. We both paused for a moment of realization, the power of releasing the memory and the body's response to healing. Research shows that forgiveness lowers cortisol, the fight or flight hormone, and helps you heal. Releasing anger, hurt, resentment, stressful memories, and emotional pain helps you heal and has been shown to lower anxiety and depression, improve sleep, reduce pain, and strengthen your immune system. Just being aware is part of creating forward momentum. The next step is releasing the limitation or limiting behavior, like if you don't stay up late, so you get the sleep you need. As you travel through chapter 2, you gain perspective and begin to build momentum in your healing journey. Chapter 3, gaining a positive perspective and gratitude for healing, transformation and trust in your inner guidance. Each day brings a new opportunity to heal and grow. In time, you get stronger and more at peace along the journey. Each day is a gift to heal, to learn, to take the next step in your recovery and reach your wellness goal. By appreciating and celebrating each step along the way, no matter how small it is, your body heals, gets stronger, and more recovered. In chapter 3, an invaluable asset is patience, giving the body the time it needs to heal, not trying to rush it along, and validating your ability to heal. In this chapter, you need to be your biggest cheerleader and surround yourself with supportive, positive people who hold your vision of health and recovery. It was in chapter 3 that I met some of my biggest mental challenges. When one particular patient, every time she would see me, would say, "You haven't recovered yet?" I would answer, "Every day is a step closer to recovery. I will get there." Although there are studies and data of timelines for recovery which are useful, the healing process is unique for each of us. As you hold the vision of your recovery, remember the body receives that message and moves toward recovery with each step, which is why it is so important to celebrate your wins and acknowledge the changes. As you hold the vision of your wellness and recovery, you'll see incremental progress and milestones where you realize you have less pain, more mobility, better sleep, you have more energy, and you function at a higher level than you have been. This is the chapter where it's easy to keep pushing harder. And it's a fine line between moving forward, thinking you can take that longer walk or go visit friends or work for an hour longer, being aware of your previous limits and testing your stamina or strength a little more is great. But the key is knowing that fine line between what's okay and what's too much. Then stopping and resting so your body can recover and gain strength again. Setbacks can happen. The road to recovery usually isn't linear. It's learning what works at one stage and incrementally taking the next step in your recovery. I had multiple setbacks along my 5-year recovery journey, especially in the first 2 years. Like the kid who did the cannonball directly behind me when I was doing my pool PT, causing me to hyperextend the injured ligaments throughout my body. Or when I caught a bad cold and it turned into bronchitis while my entire rib cage was trying to repair. Or when I did a little too much, exhausting myself. One day, my physical therapist said to me, "Gail, setbacks aren't always setbacks." After the setbacks, I would inevitably get stronger by taking more time and giving my body what it needed. I realized that what appeared as a setback was really an opportunity to pause and redirect with more strength and wisdom for a better outcome. Keeping a positive mindset and telling your body and telling yourself, "I can heal," sends chemical messages to your body, increasing feel good hormones, dopamine and serotonin. Keeping a positive mindset and saying to yourself, "I can heal," helps to rewire the brain or neuroplasticity. It sends a message to your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters what's important. When your reticular activating system looks for ways you can heal, improve, and progress, so you can keep an eye out for what opportunities present themselves to support healing. The more you honor your body's ability to heal by giving it love and appreciation with the time, rest, nutrition, hydration, movement, and the strengthening it needs, the more you progress toward your recovery and wellness goals. That is a pearl of wisdom for any time, during or being fully recovered. Take a moment and appreciate the health that you have right now and ask your body what it needs in this moment. And you might be surprised at the answer. Now tap into your inner wisdom. What is best for you to honor your body's needs or give yourself a mental break from the stressors of life to refresh yourself? Chapter 4, Celebrating Your Health and Wellness. How many ways can you celebrate your health and wellness in a healthy way? Tapping into your inner wisdom for answers and asking your body what it needs will be specific for you in the moment, the day, the work, or social situation you find yourself in. And remember, to do the best you can in that moment for that situation. You may not be able to drop everything and take a nap or take a walk, but you can close your eyes for a few minutes and gently breathe and relax your muscles. You can use the Golden Sun tool and fill yourself with the quality of energy you need in that moment, like self-love, calm, peace, more energy or clarity. Whatever quality of energy you need, just give it to yourself and your body and gently breathe and reset so you can continue until you can get out for fresh air or take that walk or rest. Tapping into your inner wisdom helps you access your well-being and guidance that keeps you moving in wellness. It's in chapter 4 that you get to celebrate each of your wins and how far you've come. Chapter 5, Wisdom Gained. That famous quote from Steve Jobs in 2005. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. As you progress along your path, learning, healing, gaining a greater perspective, you see how you were transformed through your healing process into a new version of yourself. It isn't just about recovering from an illness or injury. Perhaps it's a divorce or loss of a loved one or loss of a job or business, or you just got nudged way out of your comfort zone to accomplish a creative project. It's only looking backwards that this will all make sense, and you see a greater purpose in each of those steps, in what you learned along the way and how you can use the wisdom you gained to live the greater version of yourself and share your gifts. Recently, I just passed the 12-year anniversary of the accident. With deep gratitude for being alive, I thanked each person I saw that day for being in my life now. I shared with them that if I were to go back and talk to my injured self lying on the gurney in the emergency room, I would reassure her it was all going to be okay. She would fully recover, and I would tell her, don't worry, in 12 years, you'll be hosting a podcast. And she would look at me and say, what's a podcast? Wherever you are listening to this, take a moment and love yourself today and through the chapters of your journey. If there was a chapter you missed, you can heal it now by tapping into your inner light, recognizing your wholeness, your resilience, and the gift you are in this world. Welcome to the Health Conscious Living Podcast Meditation. I'm Dr. Gail Myers, and today's meditation is for listening to your body's whispers to your soul. Healthy nutrition, healthy body. Is your soul listening? In episode 39, we talked about paying attention to how your body feels after you eat certain foods as a way to shift how you nourish your body and your activity levels. As spiritual beings having a human experience, we have these beautiful bodies we have to take care of. They're our vehicle in the physical world. Our health and our well-being depend on how we care for ourselves and our bodies. There are times in your life when you have to take care of your newborn or sick child or your loved one, and their needs come first. Or you have a job that demands long hours at work, such as in business, law, healthcare, military, law enforcement, or any job that has a high physical demand. Or you're working on a big project with a deadline and you have to push through. Or you're traveling and there are travel delays and you need to get to your destination. Short periods of overriding your body's needs may be necessary, but in our busy lives, we often override the body's need for sleep, rest, hydration, exercise, nutrition, time in nature or community connection or intimacy, and we override it as a way of life. How we fuel our bodies is crucial to our health, energy, and well-being. One of the most important ways to listen to your body's needs is in relationship to food and how it makes you feel. The body will let you know what's working and what isn't. So listening even to the subtle messages is key. In this meditation, let's begin to clear the energies that are keeping us from paying attention and listening to our body's feedback. So you deepen your soul-body relationship for your health, well-being, so you can be your best and feel your best. Be sure to listen to the episode on the profound interconnection of spirit and body and the power of visualization and the grounding cord. As we begin this spiritual wisdom meditation, I invite you to sit in a quiet place where you won't be disturbed and turn off all tech. Please do not do this while you're driving or using heavy machinery until you've practiced the grounding cord and you can sense when you're grounded and when you're not. And then you can reground. As you sit in a quiet space, calm the external noise. Sit quietly with your feet on the floor and your back supported, palms open and resting in your lap. And gently give yourself some deep breaths. Say hello. Say hello to your inner light, to spirit within. Say hello to your dear body, and say hello to Source, that which gives all. And gently breathe. Allow your awareness to settle behind your eyes and turn the volume dial way down and let your analytical mind quiet and come to quiet rest. Say hello to your beautiful body, to spirit within, and to Source. Remember that what you image, you create. So begin to visualize a big grounding cord, a big tree trunk, or a big tube as wide or wider than your hips. Visualize it extending all the way down to the center of the earth, 4,000 miles, and give it a big root system. So it's well anchored at the center of the earth. And it's also well anchored just above the tip of your tailbone. If you were to tug on it, you would not become ungrounded. Visualize a waterfall in the center and begin to let it release anything that naturally drops down the grounding cord. The grounding cord says, I belong, I'm here. It's a stabilizer. It brings you into present time. It's a transmutational tool and an energy processor. So you're stable in this world with all the energy swirling around. You're stable and grounded. This energy processor helps you to release anyone else's thoughts. Go ahead and let it go. Any emotions from others, their judgments, their criticism or blame or invalidation. Whatever you're ready to let go of just naturally drops to the center of the earth, where it disperses and the energy is neutralized. The easiest way to work with energy is to see it as color, and it's whatever color appears to you. There's no right or wrong. It just represents the frequency of energy that you're seeing right now. Color is frequency and vibration. So see whatever color appears to you and gently breathe. As you release these energies, they disperse at the center of the earth, and anybody else's energy goes back to them as a healing, and your energy returns to you, so you have your creative light. Gently breathe and notice your grounding right here, right now, present time. Image a huge golden sun. Create a beautiful golden sun and write your name in it. This is your life force. It's the infinite abundance of your divine essence, your true essence. And place a magnet in it and start to call back all your energy from everywhere your attention has been. In emails, in texting and writing and communicating, in the media, in social media, in any interactions that you've had recently, anywhere you've been traveling, start to call all your energy back into that beautiful golden sun so you get your energy back. And then let that golden sun start to pour down into your crown and into your body and your energy field. And notice where that golden sun goes, and notice where you need the most replenishing. Is that golden sun where you're calling back all your energy? Is that golden sun nurturing light going to your heart, to your head, to your hands, to your feet, or your solar plexus? Let that golden sun pour down into every cell of your body and all of your energy field about 2 to 3 feet around you. And say hello again to your inner light, to spirit within, and to your dear body. And begin to create balls of light to release any distraction energy. As you release any distraction energy and all the ways that you get distracted and you aren't even aware of it, let that energy and let those situations go into that ball of light that represents distraction energy. Times where you might not even be aware that you're hungry or tired, or you need rest, or you need nature, things that distract you. And there's so many available ways to be distracted in the world today, so just let all of it go. And let it drop down your grounding cord where it disperses and is neutralized. Now create a ball of light that represents ignoring your body's signals, where you say to your body, not now, or I can't, or you don't pay attention. Any way in which you're ignoring your body's signals, just be creative and be amused. We all do it. Let it go into that colored ball of light so that can be neutralized as you drop it down your grounding cord and it disperses. Then create another ball of light for overriding your body's needs. This particular ball of light represents overriding when you're hungry, or hangry, or tired, or nervous, or spacey. Any way that you're overriding your body's needs, just be creative and let that go into that ball of light. And then drop it down your grounding cord. Where it disperses is neutralized. You're starting to get more of your energy back. Create another ball of light that represents where you're judging your body. It's too thin, it's too big, it's too weak, it's too tired, it's not enough the way it is. All those judgments, just let them flow right into that colored ball of light. It's probably kind of dense. And drop it down your grounding cord and let it disperse and be neutralized. When you release energy, you're really forgiving it. You're letting it go.
Create another ball of light that represents critical energy, where you're criticizing your body or someone else's, that you're not strong enough, or you're not healthy, or you're not fill in the blank. Maybe you're too achy and not supple enough. Whatever it is, just let all that criticism go. It's really not serving you. And as you let it go and it disperses at the center of the planet, you're really letting go of all these negative messages to your body that actually cause you more stress and your cortisol to go up. And when you let it go and these negative messages can stop, your body can begin to relax and receive positive messages and feedback. So it can then go into healing, repairing, and functioning at its best. So say hello to another golden sun, the infinite abundance of your true divine essence, and let this golden sun that represents all of your vital force and energy, it's going to replenish you. And now that you've released all this other energy, the universe doesn't like a vacuum. So now it's time to replenish. So in your golden sun, what would you like to have more of? Love and self-love, kindness, appreciation, compassion, presence, enthusiasm, joy, creativity, calm, peace. Whatever you would like to have more of, place that in your golden sun, and then let that beautiful, ginormous golden sun pour down into your crown at the top of your head, and let it fill in and turn your nervous system, your brain, and all of your nervous system, turning it all gold. Your immune system turning all gold. Your cardiovascular, your heart and your lungs, your digestion, your reproductive system turning all gold, your bones and muscles and ligaments turning all gold, your skin, your hair, your nails, your teeth turning all gold, with that beautiful golden nurturing light. That's your life force, and it's your true essence. It's infinitely abundant. And as that golden sun pours down through all of your cells, let it fill in all of your electromagnetic field about 2 to 3 feet around you, all of your energy centers turning all gold. And then create another golden sun to heal and restore your soul to body and body to soul communication lines. Ask your body what it needs right now. Let that golden sun pour down, restoring your soul to body and body to soul communication. And ask your body what it needs right now. You can gently place your hands on your heart and say, I love you, body. What do you need right now? And listen to the answer. It's usually one word. And then envision, see how you can give your body what it needs. You can envision that you can give it what it needs right now, or maybe you can't in this moment and you say, not right this minute, but a little later. Know that you can give your body whatever it needs and take care of it. Notice how your body responds when you say hello and you acknowledge it. See how your body responds when you say, hello, body, I love you. What kind of a response do you get back? Now, if you have been overriding and ignoring the body, like most people, a lot of people, that hello response from your body may not be really trusting. But the more you do this, the more your body will trust you. And you can have that soul-body communication. And notice when you say hello, how does your body feel? Is it calmer? Is it more at peace, more relaxed? Is it lighter or energized? Bring in another beautiful golden sun and write your name in it. And let it fill in all of your cells in your body, all of your energy centers, and all of your electromagnetic field, all the way about 2 to 3 feet around you. And let it seal your energy field in gold. And take a moment and gently breathe. And then allow your grounding cord just to drop like a rope. Like you can decide that you can drop your grounding cord and create a new one. Create a new grounding cord to stabilize this new space, this new communication space, soul to body and body to soul. Gently relax your arms, gently breathe. Say hello to your inner light, to spirit within. Say hello to your body, and say hello to Source, that which gives all. And gently open your eyes and notice your new space. Notice the room you're sitting in. Gently stretch and come on out of the meditation. Use this meditation anytime to help you tune into your body and listen deeper to the answers. As you respond to your body's needs, watch what changes in your energy level, your health, your well-being, your relationship with your body, and your body's relationship with you. Write down one word your body gave you when you asked what it needs right now. And see how many ways can you take care of your body so it can take care of you. Begin to notice how your body feels after you eat certain foods or do certain activities. And have fun deepening your communication and appreciation of your body, of your health, and of your soul's closest ally in this lifetime, your body. Enjoy your loving relationship with your body, and may you be blessed in all ways.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to work with me for more insight, go to my website and book a private session. And check out my latest transformational meditation. Have a blessed day.